Press+1. I'm with Brian Gregory of Dedication, writer, producer, director. So Dedication, screening during the Students Showcase. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Dedication, that film I actually made 3 years ago. I made it quite a little while ago. I was still pretty new to the whole film industry at that point. I had just graduated from a program called the Remix Project, which is based out of Toronto, and I met the main character, his son, and the other people that were involved in the film through that program.
So totally real characters.
Yes, nothing was staged. Everything was just kind of off the top. We didn't plan anything. We actually didn't know what we were going into this to accomplish. So the fact that we came out of that was, a blessing. And then the fact that it was able to make it into this film festival 3 years after the fact that we created it was, I had no expectation for it, so it made me really, really humble and really appreciative that it was just featured in the festival.
That's cool. That's really neat. How difficult is it to go into a project like that without necessarily knowing where you're going to go, but knowing, I've got a bit of a timeline here and hoping that you can come out with something?
Yeah, it's just kind of like throwing a bottle out to the sea and hoping it reaches somewhere. We filmed for about 3 days, I think. And like I said, yeah, we had no idea what we were going to come out with. We didn't know if we were going to come out with anything for that matter. But it's also just kind of that feeling you get when you begin filming and you begin kind of getting into it. And, even though you don't necessarily know what you're specifically going to come out with, there's a feeling that it's going to be something worthwhile.
We were just talking to some guys who made the scene, and the scene is about musicians trying to make it in the Toronto music scene. And, when I watched Dedication, I thought about that film because you're, covering this guy. He's doing everything he can to get his photography off the ground. He's got a son, he's got a job, he's hustling, he's doing, he's working hard. Is it kind of, there's so many similarities between those worlds. I mean, anybody in almost any profession, that's what you have to do. You have to work your butt off to get to what you want to do. Do you think that your film is kind of a metaphor for trying to work hard to get what your dream is?
Oh, absolutely. You hit it on the nail. That's exactly it. And I feel like the film was a bit of a reflection of myself. It was definitely a reflection of my own work ethic, and also another reason that I think we were able to get out with what we did was just because I saw the same thing that I see in myself in Christian, who's the main character, and I feel like it was kind of easier to pull those kind of emotions and things out of him, just because I felt like I could definitely relate to him a lot. So it was definitely a reflection of myself.
That's cool. How much do you think, when you're doing a documentary, how much do you have to just let the film do the talking rather than trying to make it look a certain way?
I think that's most of it. I think that's most of the battle. When you get caught up trying to do too much, a lot of times, that kind of gets right back to you. And I've been in a lot of situations where that's happened. And I felt like that was probably the first project where I kind of let, the work, just speak for itself. And, it was really simple how we laid it out and everything. And, it just all came together.
I want to touch on one more thing before I let you go, because you were a winner at the We Made It in Cannes Fest. Talk about that just quickly.
Well, first, before that, I just want to mention that one of the people that was the main reason I made it into the film festival, into Cannes and the Canadian Film Festival, was because of a man named Kurt Cooper, who runs a company called Film Market Access, which was a big part of all of these opportunities. So I owe him a lot, and that experience was amazing. It was a stretch for me beforehand going out. I actually had a friend come with me from Toronto. So it was just a really good feeling to be able to win with, my friend by my side, us being two of the main Canadians that were in the actual competition. And out of, everybody, we were like the notable Canadians at least. So it just felt good to do that in a room full of Americans. yeah, it's just a great experience.
That's cool, man. A good feather in your cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where can people go for more info on dedication? Because I know you have a website, and you also do social media, Twitter.
Yes. On Twitter, you can find me at Brian Gregory _. For my personal website, you can go to creaction-media.com. There's a portfolio of my work. I've been traveling a lot lately and, working all over the world. So there's a lot of things there.